Hey guys, deep breath. Look, it's like 6 o'clock news. I didn't really do that on purpose, but it's kind of funny. Thank you for coming back or welcome. I don't know. I can't just like start right in talking without saying hi because that would be weird for those that click on the video. I think. I don't know. I don't watch YouTube videos, so I don't really know how to do it, but I just come here and try to be me. Well, I am me to the best of my ability. Hi to whoever's watching. I didn't really plan what I was going to say because that's not what the creator wants me to do at this point. It's getting sometimes, I don't know, redundant. Please bear with me when I speak, you guys. It's because when you're in this place where you're in between places, it can be hard to remember. But basically, what I came here to kind of get started on today was more about that Super Bowl chat and the holographics because, like everybody else, I want to say that I was watching him and I wasn't expecting to be shown, a few days later that's what it was. However, I was and share that with you guys. But since then, he has shown me to go back and I've done more investigation on the investigation. And, even though I've kind of known it all along, since my life after life, again, it's just hard to remember that the creator was telling me that the piano and a microphone tour, as I've talked about, was also at least impartial holographic. I'm not a scientist or NASA person that I know of, so I can't explain to you how holographics work. Google it. I'm not sure if you get the right answer there either, but what I do remember, and I know they refract light off of one angle and another angle, and then they bring them together at a certain point, etc. I've done my research. It's just I can't explain it. But more than that, it's bigger than that because as with the holograms that we saw at Coachella with Snoop Dogg and Tupac, and again at the Super Bowl, and with the piano and a microphone tour. I said that out of order, but still. They were all at least a practice in that. And I went back and I looked at there's a YouTube video out about how they set up the Paisley Park Studios for the After Dark things, how they redid the floors and laid the flooring and did this and that. And it's for a particular reason. Also, the reason I believe that the Super Bowl was done at the SoFi Stadium, SoFi, I'm not sure, is because of the way that it goes down into the earth and not up. Like most stadiums go up and you go up into the nosebleed section. With this stadium, you go down. So I believe that probably allowed them in some way to contribute to their, I want to say holography, but I don't know if that's a word, but I don't care because I like to make up words. Holographics, calligraphy, holography. I think I like it. I think it's a new word. Anyway, it's just as hard for me to come here and talk about you guys because, as I said, it's uncomfortable. It's not easy. But once you go into the life after life world and then remember it, it doesn't really matter what's easy and what's hard. I'm here to work for the creator Hashem, the one the world knew as Prince Rogers Nelson. So I have to get past my own issues, you guys, and come in here to do these things. So again, bear with me. Everybody that I know and love, at least in partial, thinks I'm crazy. But that's cool. It really is because I respect it and I understand it, but I'm here to spread a message like I was chosen and told to do. But what I wanted to relate that to you guys is how when I was there and our souls are sorry I look away like that. It helps me sometimes to think about what I'm saying, but so I do it again. Our souls are like electricity, like your brain, all the synapses and all the connectivity and all the things that go on, this cheer. Anyway, you guys, it's like your soul. It's like when you take a jellyfish and it has all the tentacles hanging down. If you take your brain and all the spinal things hanging down from it, kind of looks the same, but it's actually like electricity in your soul and the impulses. It's the way I see it. Like the jellyfishes, they'll sting you like on Nemo. Well, think of those as the impulses. Um, and so what I'm trying to say is when your soul is out of your body, it, you're kind of like that, but with maybe like a bright light around you. That's really the best way that I can describe it to the best of my memory. Um, and, you know, for all the people that said they've seen grandmas or grandpas, I'm not here to say they did or didn't. That's not what I'm here for. I don't recall seeing any of my loved ones where I was when I was standing there in the heaven court. I don't recall. I saw a sea of souls and I addressed a sea of souls, and I was made to speak to them because they knew who I was. But I don't remember faces or anything like that. So I'm not here to say what does or doesn't happen. It's bigger than that, you guys. What I mean to say is that I think I want to say this in the proper way. The calligraphy is more than just light being pointed at angles and corners at this point. It's more than scientific, it's more than artificial intelligence, I believe, to the best of my discernment, that it has something to do with the trapped souls and ancestors, believe it or not, and how they reanimate them or him with electricity. Um, I misspoke one day, you guys, because it's a very difficult thing to say, but I'm going to say it. Um, I misspoke one day when I said that I know that you guys may not grasp how we saw this person, Prince, I'm just going to say Prince for short, on stage, dancing, jumping around, doing all this and that. I know what I'm saying. He's the creator, and you're saying, oh, you're a girl in love and you're crazy, blah, whatever. But what I mean is, even I have a hard time understanding the things that he showed me, because one of the things that he showed me, was obviously, I explained in my other videos, all these great ancient beings, like an alien, like an ET, cute little cuddly gremlin type thing, and an ancient white being, as well as Prince. And what was I saying? Oh, but he also showed me himself in an electric chair, like a man on death row, like he sings about in the song Dark. It's like being on death row. Um, and in that electric chair, he was made to wear a very ugly executioner style black mask, which is why I haven't, never will I to this day, put a mask on my face. Of course, they couldn't handle all that beauty, I suppose. I don't really remember, but anyway, so what I don't understand is the difference between that. I mean, the creator is obviously able to be, if I were the creator and I were sitting here in this chair, you can think that you have my flesh vessel somewhere, but obviously, being the creator and more than what people think about cellular memory or astral travel or whatever, he's the creator and lives inside of you and can do anything he wants with you, just like a puppet pulling your strings, believe that. But so he showed me that. And so what I mean to say is the electricity aspect, you guys, with the holographics, I think that somehow, some way, with the evil that's in the world that's been given the hall pass to run amok or something like that, I think that they use more than just electricity to make the holographs. I think that in some way, the evil and the darkness where we exist has gotten so blatant that somehow they're able to do I would say perhaps fentanyl induced comas, and projecting like souls, like they did at Piano on a Microphone. I would go so far as to say that to the best of my discernment, that's what I feel that I'm being led to hear, is that, That's the reason for all the drugs, the medication. He told me he was kept in sort of like a sleep induced coma state so that they could use the consciousness to do a lot of things. And he told me that he was like all of the music people, in fact. But I think that they're like somehow projecting their souls. Or my other philosophy hypothesis is that, as we spoke about on the Eckankauer video and the Halloween video, the Illuminati and the occult, I don't really research that stuff too deeply because it's just good with that. I do just enough to know. And some of you may not believe what other beings are capable of in this world. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you've ever seen evil face to face. I'm not sure. I have. And I want to rid the world of it. And that's why I'm here. I want to help you guys to recognize that that's who's running it. That's why we have the Build Back Better, small b's, lowercase, BBB 666. The electricity, you guys, is being used to fool us. And I'm sorry, but it goes back pretty far to the best of my recollection. It's why Prince was said to have performed at the Obamas on 6/9/15, if I'm not mistaken, which in Gematria is 666 because 6, the 9, and then 5 plus 1, which is 15, 6. So also, it's no surprise to anyone, that a lot of people believe, and I didn't do politics, never have voted in my life. And as Prince Rogers Nelson was known to say, got no dog in that race. So you tell me why in 2012 at midnight when the breakdown contract was signed, why in 2015, the one who had no dog in that race found himself playing at a secret White House birthday celebration? Yeah, right. Wonder who they were really seeing. Anyway, the other thing that I've been led to expose, and people probably know, is how, again, some people that believe in presidents instead of the creator God, they have put their faith in Obama as the world's best president, first black president, whoop-de-whoop. And, if those are the things you believe in and put your faith in, more power to you. But he was seen carrying Islamic Bibles, and like Prince Rogers Nelson, or Roger Nelson, as we know, birth certificates, birth and death are non-matching. Just like that, Obama's birth certificate was always up in the air too, and no question that he was born in Maui or Hawaii or Hava, or what, as it were. I still have yet to do the Hawaii video, so I'm not going to speak on that. But the breakdown, you guys, been slow and steady, and now it's right here in our faces. And what I've been made to realize each and every night when I go to sleep and I pray and I wake up and I pray, and what am I supposed to go tell these people to make them know that I'm telling the truth? And I don't know. So that's why I come here with no script and just tell the truth, because I figure you'll feel me better that way than if I were coming here and reading some pre-prepared jargon like comes out of the BBB's mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's an MK Ultra program, you guys. Monarch Butterfly. It's McDonald's. It's the M for the Super Bowl. And why is it an M? Because the other part of it is the W, the JW, because it's the M backwards and upside down. I know I jumped ship on that, but everybody was all hype yesterday about it being 222, because even myself, when I explained the gematria, twos, depending on if you write them like a flat 2 or a curly 2, can look like a 6 or a 7. So it's like the song, a little bit faster than they did in 66. Twist little sister and go to heaven. Now the song June, you guys, is what's got me more concerned. And that is because I keep hearing that on June 6th, 2022, we're also going to have a bunch of backwards and upside down 2s and 6s. And we also have the song June, pasta burning on the stove. It's June. And also, for those that aren't familiar, that leads me to what I hear about this electric, I'm not sure, rapture, holograph. I know what I was going to say, you guys. Last night I was flipping through Facebook and I saw this one thing, because they're trying to, now what I want you to do and what I What I want you to do is be aware. They're going to start showing a lot of crazy things online. One of the things that I saw last night on Facebook was in Mexico or somewhere, I'm not sure. They said that this giant thing of birds fell from the sky, and then they show a holographic happening of some birds falling from the sky and spew some stuff out of their mouth as newscasters that go look it up. Go look up the birds falling from the sky video. Then go look up the killer whale jumping up from the library floor that they made, oh, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Then go look up the holographics from Tupac and Snoop Dogg at Coachella. Then go look up the Prince and the Microphone tour. You guys, I explained to you, but for those of you that haven't seen them, is there is no video footage that's been released of that tour. Okay. I don't want to be redundant, but I know some people out there with a name in the game that are looking for video footage from the 14th. And as I told you guys in the investigation records, I think it's Detective Wagner says that at 12:01 and 3 seconds or something to that effect, that someone named Amy Stubbs signs in to Prince Peter Bravestrong's computer on the plane, which is what time they would be on the plane, to check her Twitter feed and upload that famous picture of Prince out there sitting at the piano. She gets all kinds of kudos for it. Her name is Amy Stubbs, so she might have some video footage. And then, what's her name? Natalia Phillips, who looks just like Marone when you start comparing their picture. I don't have their bio stats, but with the big floofy hair, and then you put floofy hair on Judith Hill and floofy hair on Marone and floofy hair on Natalia Phillips, who are you going to know you're floofing from the back? You know what I'm saying? Like, this story was given to me to give you guys because he knew I wouldn't BS you. I wouldn't. I don't know. He has been used in the worst way. That a soul can possibly be used, you guys. And it's my duty and my honor to let you know that he is the creator. And it's not me that lives in a fantasy land. And I'm here to help you break the 316 Old Man Johnson's facade. You have to ask yourself, look at the world you live in. Are the lowercase b's your friend? Okay. You're going to worship them, or you're going to worship your creator. The tendency right now that I see in the world is that most people are so confused. They're just, I don't know. They're either not looking, or they're doing the same old thing that they were taught at the brick and mortar, or, I'm trying to give you guys something to hold on to, and that's the truth. I wouldn't have a reason to get up, to go to bed, to breathe, to think. You guys, if I didn't know this were true, he showed me the darkness that we're in. And like I said, you go to the ice cream truck and you get one of those snow cone things with the gumball at the bottom. Our Earth, us, the United States, us, we're at the bottom. We are the gumball. And the bottom's about to drop out because it done got soggy on a hot summer day. The more that we, you and I, our souls can come to embrace our creator, it's like air bubbles rising, in a pop, all the bubbles come to the top. If our souls become awake and understand that there is DNA, divine DNA inside them as their creator, and they become clean themselves and lift their actions and, treat people how you want to be treated, all that stuff. Then that gumball, we might have a chance, you guys. But until that happens, just going to get a bunch of darkness and holographics and stories that they want you to believe are true, till you're just left walking around with a big question mark above your head like a cartoon character. They want you wondering, am I? Not saying I am. And I am. You guys, when I stood in the heavenly court, I told him, you know what, the evil, I don't even know. The one that one would consider Satan or the devil or whatever it was. He tried to tell me that that I wouldn't come here in this world and tell the world this truth, because you have to believe an awful lot in yourself and have confidence in the creator uh, to be bold enough to do it, which I'm starting to understand. I felt a little crazy at first, but I don't feel crazy anymore, because I don't know how to express to you guys all the, when I used to go to church back before all this stuff happened, way back in the day, when I would go to the Christian church with my sister, for example, I tried. I was baptized in 90 something, 2, 3, somewhere in there, 4. Um, and, and that's what I was taught. And I came up out of the water saying, I love Jesus, and that's what I said, because that's what I was taught. And that was who I was taught to give credit to at that time. That's what the world's been taught, that yes, there was a maker God, and he sent his only son, and his son went away and died. But hey, he's chilling out waiting for you, and he's going to save you in the end. Why would the Build Back Better 666 Monarch Butterfly MK Ultra programming want you to be successful as a soul at all? Why would they show you holographics? Why would they lie to you about your creator? Because their plan is to own your soul and to be your master, just like when he wrote slave on his face. Whose slave do you want to be, Hashem's? Or an eternal slave for the guy that wears the red hat? I told him to bump off when I was talking to him, that he wouldn't keep me from fulfilling my soul purpose, because he didn't know who I was, and I would never back down. Never. It's what I said in the beginning. It's what I'll say in the end. It's what you guys should be saying too. This is a weird, dark world. I look out my neighborhood window every morning, whether it's snowing, raining, sunning, whatever it's doing, and it's kind of like a ghost town. It's like, I go for walks. I hardly ever see people out and about. It's kind of strange. And what's also been coming to me is that, like, in the spring of 2020, when I woke, when the creator came to be with me and started talking to me like telepathy style. And I mean, I know you guys don't all have time to go back and watch all those other videos, but I put a playlist of my life after life experiences, because again, these thoughts, they're not planned. And I don't want to take up other people's time that have watched them. But I feel like maybe I could be more eloquent about it now, but probably not. It's very hard, you guys. It's very much like Moses. I always would watch the 10 Commandments, whether whenever, and I would be like, man, I'm going to be like Moses. If I wanted to know, I want to march right up a mountain and find God too, and nobody would stop me, because you guys, like I said, it's wrong. The world teaches you to put your soul in somebody else's hands. Here, go to this rabbi, go to this pastor, go to this father, go to this, whatever it may be. And I'm not saying don't respect people who have wisdom and education. That is not what I'm saying. But 99.9% of the world is basing their teachings off of something that is not true. And I am saying that because that's what the creator himself told me. And the reason that is because if they have you believing on something that isn't true, then that makes your soul their soul. Get it? And one of the other things that I remember, sort of, I believe the creator was telling me that he told me some crazy stuff. He told me that I kind of remember hearing some stuff about that I was the only person, who had ever stood there and talked to him like that, the only person he ever exposed himself to, and the only person that could do this job, because of my love for both God and the one the world knew as Prince Rogers Nelson, and the way I combined them in my life. That's why I was the only one to be able to tell this and the truth of it, because I wouldn't be searching for any, trying to make it seem like I did something, because I do some work, you guys, and I have some sleepless nights, and I do some things, but that's all. It's all for him. It's all, if you guys realized, it makes me upset a little bit that when I do have a moment to skim through YouTube or whatever, that there's people out there dogging out the name. That's just, he told me that there's going to be other people coming along that not only will call me a liar and other names, but that they'll say that they're hearing these same things that I'm hearing or having had these same experiences that I'm telling you about. But he said that that wouldn't be true. And I want to forewarn you guys of that, I guess, because again, in struggling to get the truth out, I'm not trying to come here and have a popular YouTube channel. I'm trying to come and tell you guys the truth about our Creator because, again, He never smiled when I was there. It wasn't what we saw. I'm starting to not be able to listen to some of the music anymore because I've mentioned before the music. That part of the reason He was always in the studio was because of the reanimation Frankenstein type electrocution plectrum electrum process was painful. And that's why all the screams, they're not screams of passion. They're screams of pain, which he was made to integrate into the music for it to be palatable for us. And it's time you guys open your eyes and your hearts and your souls because I'm telling you the truth. And I come here and I do my makeup so that I don't cry, but one of these days I'm going to. I just know it. Maybe one day I'll purposely not put on makeup, but no, I couldn't, and I wouldn't do that on purpose. It's just, what I was saying earlier about going to church with my sister. I would see the people standing there, hands up, and singing and calling out, and eyes crying, and I asked Hashem, I said, well, what are they experiencing? And he said something to this effect. Now, please bear with me. He said that when our spirit soul opens up to that place where we're in that non-judgmental open place and we're ready and receptive to hear, it's really kind of like our own imaginations in a way. You said yes. Because our imaginations are what are stripped from us as we grow up, but also your imagination is what you have to bring into fruition to manifest, but if you cannot acknowledge your DNA, your divine DNA within your soul, because of what society taught you're supposed to be doing, you're all mixed up, confused, and wondering why you're not feeling anything and looking at your neighbors and judging what they're thinking or praying or saying, when really you need to just be focused on the Creator and saying thank you and don't give a damn what anybody thinks about you. Not one person. Because if they're judging you, they too will be judged. All I'm saying is, you guys, please wrestle with your souls and with your minds and ask yourself what you've truly felt and what you've truly experienced. Pray my way. Talk to the Creator like your best friend. It's called Hit Bada And because when I was in heaven, these angel people asked me how I talked to him, and because I had to earn my way where I was, and they're like, well, how do you do it? And I said, look, even one of my roommates caught me the other day. She came in and I was praying. It's kind of like talking, if you could say talking to yourself, but you're not, because we have a Creator. But that's what it sounds like when you get caught. And she looked at me kind of wonky, and I was like, oh, did you hear me? And she's like, yeah. And I was just praying, because if you think about it, people go in and pay their therapist $gajillion to listen to them talk. And then really all the therapist is doing is scribbling a bunch of notes and making you realize what it is that you're feeling. So why don't you save yourself some time and money and talk to the creator? Okay, I'm just saying. I know some people with some pretty deep wounds, and I'm sure their therapy is helping them. I'm not recommending you stop. I'm just recommending your creator as uh, a more caring, a more loving, less judgmental, someone with all the time in the world to sit there and be your best friend. He wants the best for you. He created you. He loves you. Love him back, boys and girls. The thing is, we've been made in the world to not know who God is, but to everybody believe that there's some crazy devil that's after them all the time. You know what I mean? Um, and that much is true. There is an evil in the world that wants to own your soul and disconnect you as much as possible from the creator. So the more you allow yourself to be disconnected by believing the holograms and being like, whoa, dude, did you see this? Oh my God. No, no. It's hard, you guys. He needs our help. Um, I used to think that I could come down here and sit and do these videos perfectly and explain all my books. And I have so much to explain, so much to explain. I've done my biblical scripture. I've studied the Anunnaki. I've studied Christian Judaism. I don't just come here and blab my lips. Um, I want the best for each and every one of us. You know, my 4 children and 9 grandchildren, everybody in the world. I want to know that there's so much more than the world would have us know. Um, and yes, it comes back to the one. It just does. There's only one truth, and I respect those that are saying, "Oh, I hear your truth, young lady." It's our truth, you guys. It's the truth of our DNA. It's something is going to happen. I'm not sure what, but the good news is that he also told me that whatever it is that happens is going to expose him more and more. And that's why, again, the investigation has been made readily accessible for me to expose um, all the lies within that. I don't know, you guys, always what to say. I'm going to keep encouraging you because even look, I go and I sit down and watch a video from time to time because I keep trying to think that I could edit them and make it into something that's more coherent. But when I sit and I watch them, even I'm pretty amazed, like, because I don't know what I'm going to say. And I know that Hashem is here helping me, and he knows that I know that it's awkward. And never in my life since 93 or whatever, for when I got baptized, I would look at those people at church and wonder and want some of what they were feeling and like wonder what they were feeling. But now that I know, you guys, like, the way that he speaks to me is, I've told some of you before, if you watch the videos, it's like, that brain I was talking about earlier, that consciousness, it's like, he owns it. It's his, and he just takes over it and then puts my whole body to sleep, where I can't feel or see or think or feel anything other than what he's like inputting into me. Um, and I don't really move or cough, or sometimes I don't even know if I'm breathing, honestly. Don't cough or sneeze. Achoo. Lyrics. Anyway, uh, it's intense, you guys. Now, I don't know if that'll happen to everybody. I don't think so, because I'm like a messenger or something. But I think the things and the revelations that you experience in your life will get deeper and better and more uh, connected the more you connect your own soul to your own creator, because he is the same. He's our creator, not mine, ours. Um, but I forgot my point because the input. So the way that he tells me those things can be hard to explain into terms that you guys can explain. So again, I appreciate you bearing with me. Anyway, go back, you guys. I just want to come and say hi and mention the June thing and mention the things that I mentioned. I don't really know what to do next for you to make you understand um, that absolutely everything in the investigation file is a lie, and that you need to come here and watch all the videos and find out how and why. Uh, but let me know if you're interested in hearing the rest of the documentation. Like I said, I could come here and read it and explain to you what's wrong with it, but sometimes I feel like we're past that. But I know that people are interested in that, or if they're not interested in that, they should be. They will be. Um, you guys pay attention, please, to the videos that I've been posting. Pay attention to what you're seeing. It's trickery. And soon enough, I think that who's to say that they wouldn't be portraying you or I in front of us to ourselves in holography, if you will. And, they did it on Peabody and Sherman. They say you run into your other self and all H breaks loose. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's coming, you guys. It's us, the final generation, 777. It's all there. Watch the videos, okay? I'll be back with something a little more, tangible, maybe. Something on the investigation file. I just love you guys and wanted to stop in and say hi and give you those few words, and make sure that you go back and do your own research on the piano and microphone tour and all the calligraphy around us, because the plan is to use it on a really, really, really grand scale, and we need to be aware. You can call me CC Crowd Control. Okay. I'll be back with some more. Mwah, mwah. Thank you for watching. It was short, right? See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.